Division. Division means separating a number into equal groups. So the 12 apples that are showing in the diagram were divided equally into 4 baskets. How many apples are in each basket? Well, if we examine and count in each basket, we can see that there are 3 of them. How would we write this as a division problem? Well, there are 12 apples altogether, and they are being divided into 4 equal groups, and the total number of apples in each group is 3. So that's how we would write this as a division problem. You can also use an array to solve a division problem. Divide the 20 stars into an array with 4 rows. So if you arrange 20 stars and put them into 4 rows, as shown, we can circle each row. And then we can count the number of stars in each row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And notice every single row has 5. Therefore, 20 divided by 4 is 5. Division is the inverse operation of multiplication. In other words, it undoes multiplication. So what's 40 divided by 5? Well, if we know we have a divisor of 5, so to find the answer to this question, we can go down the left column of our multiplication table until we find our divisor, which is 5. And then you can follow that row until you find the dividend, which is 40. And then follow this column up to the top, and we see that it's 8 times 5 that gives us 40. So 40 divided by 5 will give us 8. We can also use multiplication facts to figure out 40 divided by 5. We can rewrite this division problem as a multiplication problem. What number times 5 gives us 40? Because that's really what division's doing. So 40 divided by 5 is 8, and it is 8 times 5 that gives us 40. So that's another way that you can solve a division problem. Rewrite it as a multiplication problem and think backwards. What number times 5 gives us 40? You will not always be able to solve every division problem mentally. A problem such as 56 divided by 4 is more difficult to solve, but knowing your multiplication facts will help you find this quotient too. To make this problem a little bit easier, we can use the same area model that we used for multiplication. How can you divide 56 into 2 numbers that are each divisible by 4? So this 56 really represents this entire area that we have here. And we're going to break it into 2 smaller areas that are each divisible by 4. So take a moment to pause the video and think about it, and when you're done, unpause it. So one of the ways you can do this is by breaking 56 into 40 plus 16. Both 40 and 16 add up to 56, and they're both divisible by 4. So now that we've broken it up into 2 smaller sections that are a little bit easier to divide by 4, let's ask ourselves the questions. What is 40 divided by 4? Well, 40 divided by 4 is 10. And then what is 16 divided by 4? That's 4. And the quotient of 56 divided by 4 will be equal to the sum of these 2 partial quotients, meaning that we found that 10 and 4 are the solutions to the areas of these boxes. Like 4 goes into 40 10 times and 4 goes into 16 4 times. Therefore, this entire length will be equal to 10 plus 4, which is 14. And what we found by thinking this through is that the quotient of 56 and 4 is equal to the sum of the partial quotients. So the partial quotient here was 10, and the other partial quotient is 4. So 10 plus 4 is 14, making 56 divided by 4 equal to 14. Let's try another example. Use the area model to find the quotient of 78 divided by 3. How can you break up 78? Remember, we want numbers that are divisible by 3. So take a moment to pause this video and think about it, and when you're done, unpause it. In order to break up 78 into two numbers that are both divisible by 3, this is one of the methods that can be used. 78 is equal to 60 plus 18, and then 3 goes into 60 20 times, and 3 goes into 18 6 times, and 20 plus 6 equals 26. So 78 divided by 3 is 26. Now this isn't the only answer. There are other ways that it can be done. For example, I also know that 78 is 39 times 2, so we could have broken this up instead as splitting this in half and having 39 and 39, and then 3 goes into 39 13 times, and you would get 13 2 times. 13 plus 13 still does give us 26. So this is another alternative solution to this problem. Others can be found in the teacher note that's given here. Sometimes there will be a problem with numbers that do not divide out evenly. When this occurs, the leftover number is called the remainder. For example, 17 divided by 6. This means that we are making groups of 6 out of 17 total items. And here's how that would look. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then we're circling groups of 6. We have 2 complete groups of 6, and then we have an incomplete group of 5 remaining. So since there are not enough flowers to make another entire group of 6, these 5 extra flowers are known as the remainder. So 17 divided by 6 is 2 groupings with a remainder of 5. And this is how we write the quotient, 2 and then a capital R and then 5. Here's what a problem with a remainder would look like using the area model. 65 divided by 9. So we have both of these areas together would add up to being 65, meaning this whole big area and this little tiny area. And think about your 9 times tables. What is the largest multiple of 9 that is less than 65? And how many extras will you have? Well, the largest multiple of 9 that is smaller than 65 is 63. And then how many times does 9 go into 63? 7 times. And then you have 2 extra for the 65. So you can split this up into 63 being the big rectangle and the 2 extra on the side. So 63 is the largest multiple of 9 that will fit into 65. And there will be 2 extra. So 65 divided by 9 is 7, because you can divide 9 into 63 7 times. But then you have the 2 extra, which represents your remainder of 2. When solving word problems, it's important to think about what the remainder means in the question so that you can provide an answer that is correct. Here's an example. Kara has 38 strawberries. If she and her 3 friends share them, how many strawberries will each girl receive? Well, because she has 3 friends, Kara plus her 3 friends, that's Kara and her 3 friends, means that there are 4 girls altogether. So we're dividing 38 strawberries among the 4 girls, and they each receive the same amount. So 4 goes into 38 9 times, and 9 times 4 is 36. So we have 38 minus 36. We have 2 left over. So 4 goes into 38 9 times with a remainder of 2. That means that each girl will receive 9 strawberries. And then this 2 represents the extra strawberries that remain that nobody receives. Let's try another word problem. Manny is packing away some baseballs. He has 41 baseballs and can fit 6 into each box. How many boxes does he need? How does the remainder affect your answer? So let's actually do the division here. 41 divided by 6 is 6. And 6 times 6 is 36, so you have 41 minus 36, and you end up getting 5 as your answer here. So there is a remainder of 5. So right now, Manny has 6 boxes that each contain 6 baseballs. Well, he also has 5 left over, so does that mean he needs an extra box or not? Well, in order to store the 5 extra baseballs, he does. So we need to increase the number of boxes that we have by 1 so that the leftover or remaining 5 also have a box to be stored in. So then plus 1 box for the remaining 5 will give us a total of 7 boxes.